What it is. Good evening, good morning, grand rising, great blessings to all out there who are listening. Peace, peace to all who hear this. Hopefully, you are in a great sense, in a great scheme of being uh, endured by your powers and your strengths and captivated and confident that you will be able to arise from the distractions and destructions and detrimental which might be surrounding your environment, but still have the ability to walk your way through, run your way through, jog your way through, but initially and eventually find your way through to a platform or stepping stone which you may desire to be at. Now, that might be not your final destination, but it is the place you will have to arrive to then see if you can attain that next step of glory or position you wish to be at. Some might be happy to suffice at staying at that one step. Others may need to take 10 leaps forward, 10 bounds forward to satisfy their desires and minds of their life and spectrum and their achievements. Now, all in all, as long as it is respectful, productive, positive, and authentic, honest, they are the main things which we must face in our life. Not to be fraudulent, not to be disrespectful, not to try and take advantage and make your own at the expense of another. Although that is a very common and done thing throughout history, throughout mankind, so sociology will teach us and society's ways will still open the door to that sense of behavior being a way to attain your desire. So, especially in a capitalistic society based around capitalism, that profit is the main thing, profit over people, as long as the main line or the bottom line is uh, making sense or in the black, financially speaking, then all go ahead and it will continue for the next year, two decades, centuries to come. Now, obviously, we can see the pattern of these things been going on through the prior 5 to 10 centuries that have been written in the modern history text since the supposed dark ages of the European. Now, for myself to read back through all the coincidental historical places in time that have been documented, it seems kind of fitting and fraudulent that particular circumstances as they played out have such dramatic effect towards how society sees the way in which we live. I mean, it is quite distorted, so it can very easily be done too. Like within 2 to 3 generations, a whole narrative could be changed as long as the information holders and carriers keep on that one single narrative or few base points which just always come back to that single notion and narrative, then what is consumed into their mind, what else will they know? So all they're going to be in the next couple generations is a formation due to that. You know, the stories of the past 2 decades which they have been faced with. So that may have no relevance to what happened in the third decade prior to that. There's so many lives, so many people, so many stories that have just been thrown away in the wind. Now, the historic signs and times of the great universe will hopefully hold that in the timestamp in a print somewhere, which can continue on for their life being lifeline family tree, although it seems quite unnecessary or pointless to do such, and you may feel no hope in that sense, but the a combination of that action is all that it requires to make it aware, to give it strength, give it vision, give it manifestation. If that is not the case, then there was no way it can come to fruition. So you must at least give it that chance. Think before you move, breathe deeply, take time to be peaceful, respectful, meditate, think, think deeply, breathe, breathe in a pattern, breathe in a very similar fluent motion, in, out, holding the breath at particular points to emphasize and strengthen your diaphragm and respiratory system. This will be reciprocated through punctuation, delivery of fluent voice coming through, expelling with delivery upon the arrival of your earwave to the listener's eardrum, attaching, correlating, vibrating, resonating, causing a reaction to endure a new life sense of visioning, entertainment, educainment. This has been fortunately found in different measures beyond examples, but trivially, we can still continue to try optimize what we have, although in my sincere and humble opinion, optimization of future technologies is not the way to go. I feel we must step back, take a look at our living standards, and try and live harmoniously with the earth as we did previous generations ago with our initial customs and cultures. All I've seen is a demise in morals, in respect, in sovereignty, individuality, creativity. It seems all about the one thing, and everybody must do that one thing, whereas we are all different. We have all different characteristics, greatness, beauty, flaws, and habits which we just should be proud of so that we can show the true spectrum of what a human can be, what life is. It is not a digitized state of being, uh, having filtered photos, fake, fraudulent emoji type, capturing a moment, pretending that this was the instant, when really there are many other times which we should all be relating to, that we all could picture ourselves in, such as times of suffering, um, times of need, times of want, times of desperation. I mean, times of hunger, times of sickness. Why aren't anything like that sort of glorified or put into the position? All we want to see is the makeup doll, um, what, you know, food, selfies, and it's just like unnecessary, um, unnecessary hypocrite. I don't know, like it's up to, and it's not going anywhere, but I just don't see the validity in doing such things. I mean, especially when we have such third world problems existing around the world, like, you know, nothing has changed in the past 2 decades of my life. All that has changed is that hip hop has kind of become mainstream, but in that sense, it has been distorted and taken somewhere else. Like, hip hop to me was born out of a colored group of people facing oppression who had no economic chance of graduating school or getting a job, but were very creative and knew just that was their escape to have fun on the weekend. And they would be, even though faced with such poverty, environments of poverty and crime, drugs, and things of that nature, they still were able to see that this was an outlet which they could feel as though they were worth something, and they had a sense of well-being through their artistic craft and battles. And even though may they have lost one week, the next week they came back to get their pride out, and it was about that, shaking hands, seeing the art, seeing the competition, and trying to improve every week. So it went from b-boys, b-girls, doing the breakdance move, graffiti artists, showing their styles, wild styles, block letters, pop-ups, throw-ups, tags, characters, you know, then you've got your DJ cutting and scratching, juggling, making that beat, making that b-boy move, to then an MC to try and hold the crowd, entertain the crowd with his vocal, vocabulary, linguistic set of skills. Uh, Now they say is the fifth element, um, of, well, breaking, DJing, MCing, and graffiti, with KRS breaking a fifth element, which I can't really recall off the top of my head at the moment. Um, Maybe I'll just say lifestyle. You live this. If you're hip hop, you live this. It's not about uh hopping in your hip hop suit and getting out of it when you come home. Hip hop is a lifestyle. Like, a lot of people might fall short and not come to the attributes and attainments which they wish, but we must just try and do it and become across, be ourselves. I don't know, I've just gone on a rant. I can just I'll check out the chat. I think they've got a visitor. What is up to my brother Ken? If he's still out there, I might drop the link if you want to come up and join. Okay, I'm not sure if that went through. Hopefully it did. Oh, unfortunately, that sounds terrible, man. My mic is dull, bro. I don't know for what reason. Like, it's a new interface and it's all plugging through here and there. It comes through nice, but then it doesn't come through so clear. Anyway, hopefully it will attend to its issues because that's really detrimental. I'm trying to speak some things through, but it's not coming through greatly. But anyway, what can we do? We can only live and learn and get better. Alright, so hopefully that fixed up slightly a little bit. Anyway, I'll drop the link in there for Kenny if he's not here anymore. It's cool if he wants to come up. But yeah, hopefully that didn't all go all distorted throughout. If it did, I'll probably check it back and have to delete the clip. But hey, we're gonna keep moving and keep moving up, trying to sound in a way which will be harmonic and resonate to our people out there. Like, I also don't want to be stagnant. We got to keep moving, right? Maybe the motions will be uh in a similar frame, and you might connect back and continue to do laps. But if you're doing laps, make sure you're attaining new levels, new skills as you take that path. If you wish to take a path off the beaten track and practice somewhere else, this will develop your new set of skills into a level which can be, improved. We all can improve. We all have somebody out there that is, in our eyes better than us. There will all be someone worse than us. So you should respect that. Training, practice makes perfect. Dedication, nothing comes easy. Hard work, you got to put in the yards, man. You got to put in that effort to get what you want. How do you think all the heavyweight trainers, all these athletes, they train every day, put in that work, go through the pain, put in through that struggle. You've got natural, talented people out there that fortunately can just pick things up and, run rings around the competition, just like that. But even those people will have a full day, and the person that has practiced 90% of the time, he is going to come through and at least be on an average level where he could pertain or ascertain where he might land or where he might end up. Peace up to the house of Abkar. We in here. Thanks to everybody joining. I do hope this has sounded a little bit clearer. It's probably going in and out and distortion. If you could let me know, that'd be cool. If anyone wants to come up and join, the link is there. No doubt. If you could hit the like on the way through, share and the sub. Just trying to get some growth going. I was just up here late night, couldn't really sleep, so I thought, hey, I'll pop on and try and do something. And the more I practice, I guess the more I'll get to know around it, and be more comfortable with it, and just be able to flow out a professional show as much as possible. And there it is. I mean, once again, it doesn't seem it's going in and out fuzzy for some reason. I'm not sure. There it is. I mean, once again, it doesn't seem it's going in and out fuzzy. Well, okay, so that sounded a little bit. Anyway, let's just not keep dwelling on that fact. Who we got in here? Let's check it out. All right, my brother Ken is backstage. Sorry, I didn't realize. Here we are. Welcome to the stream, my brother.
Hey, thanks.
No problemo, no problemo. How are you doing on the other side of the world?
I was just over at Huey's, and it's just squid and Son of Yahweh beefing.
Oh,
That's
really?
the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I tried to check if they had something on, but I couldn't see it. I might hop over later, but anyway, we can chill here for a bit.
I jumped off of there. I can't have my browser won't allow me to be on two StreamYards at the same time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, probably most of them don't. You need another device. That's all right. Hopefully they.
It was bullshit over there anyway.
What, Red and Yahweh have got a few issues they got to sort out.
Yeah, they're having a slap fight over there.
That's all right. That's one thing that kind of like, I mean, that's what I was saying. We've all got what's that? Opinions and ideals and stuff, and how it keeps sort of going round and around on each other, and everyone wants to be right off one sentence, one stream, and get that. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm wrong, but no one wants to admit they're wrong, and it just seems just like it's nonsense, man. For it to continue, like say your spiel, yeah, but then to be saying your spiel every day for 3 months, but you should be moving on, trying to find like other avenues and looking into what the other people are saying, maybe even trying to research that instead of being like, oh no, mine's right. Because, yeah, I don't know. That's just my opinion too. I get a bit, what's the word? When they come up with all these theories and things, but hey, it's part of life. So how is what were you doing today, bro? Or are you in the daytime over there?
Yeah, it's time is it now? It's 11 o'clock, 11:04 in the morning.
Oh, okay, cool.
How about there?
Man, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, 20 to 4. So it's really early in the morning. I just couldn't sleep. I got up on here about an hour ago and just started to muck around. Yeah, I got together, but I would have gone on Huey's if I saw he was on. Did he just start or he's gone for a while?
It's been going for a little while. It's got a full panel.
Okay, yeah. See, I probably didn't look at the long down the notification list. What do you got there? You got your alto sax or your soprano?
Soprano clarinet.
The clarinet, eh? Yeah. Has
100 years old.
Whoa.
See how the keys have holes in them?
Yeah.
The new clarinets aren't like that. So this one's got way more capability than the new ones.
Wow. What? So like if you I guess the new ones that they've fully covered up, right? Because I can imagine that. So if
Yeah,
you were
it's just like a button over the hole. This is kind of a ring. So it's your finger doing the, you know,
the
so
covering
you
out,
can,
yeah.
yeah, you can partially cover the hole to get different harmonics and stuff.
Wow, dope. Is that full? Is that kind of in full working order, or is it a little bit of uh, tweaking to be done?
It might need a little tweaking. It's like I have to warm it up and get some water vapor in it for it to
Yeah,
work proper.
yeah.
Um,
Do they need to
it
be
seems to have
oiled?
a little, it seems to have a little squeak on one of the notes here. I don't know if there's some crud inside or what. I haven't cleaned it.
Okay. Are they supposed to be oiled at all, or
I
no?
guess yeah, a guy told me could you use sewing machine oil on the, see this one rod here.
Yeah.
Everything's hinged on the, just about everything's hinged on this one rod here.
Yep. Yep. Wow. And then it takes away to the what? There's sort of two compartments, is it? There's a higher level of notes and a low level of notes, or it's all
Kinda, yeah. See, here's the middle here, and
yeah.
and then the bottom, and then the top part here.
Wow. You got to read. They require a read, right? Or no?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's pretty interesting. Oh, yeah, I can see that. That's dope, man. Uh, I mean, like, yeah, you should give it. I mean, obviously, practice. What did you play that in primary school, or when did you pick that up? What's that say?
it's called a Boston Wonder.
Oh,
Boston Wonder.
the Boston Wonder.
Boston. You know, Boston's full of Irish.
Okay. Oh, is clarinet an Irish instrument?
Oh, I don't know,
Oh, I'd be
but
surprised.
yeah. So it's old world technology. I think like our technology here is only reverse engineered from the old world.
Oh, obviously, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I mean even automobiles and everything. I think
what note is that tuned to, or what? Like, do you know?
I'm
Is it
not
tuned to an
sure.
A or a C?
I'm not sure.
I'd love to find out. Like, it's pretty interesting. I mean, I'm sure it's a very hard. I tried to do woodwind as a child. Like, I was playing stringed instruments, so um, woodwind came in like grade 5 and stuff and brass. So I had a go, but I never was able to really, and I never really put in the time to try and get the technique right of how to.
Yeah, yeah. I
So
took saxophone lessons for a few months when I was in high school, but I was lazy. I didn't practice enough, and the instructor was. He said, "You got to practice, or I'm not going to teach you anymore."
fact, brother, you got to put in at least like especially in the beginning stages, you've got to put in a couple hours every day just of breathing on a balloon, sort of shit. Like that's how they taught us at school. We had one of those balloons that you can make um those poodles and things out of. How those clowns make, what are they called? Those balloons that you make shit out of, They make like little inflatable flowers and stuff, so they're harder to blow up than a regular balloon. So if you can blow those up, you've got a bit more force in your lungs, supposedly.
Yeah, that bass clarinet requires some more wind. I can't blow as long on that because it needs more wind. It's bigger, so it's got a bigger reed and everything.
Oh, okay. What else? So you got what? You got quite a few instruments, hey? Like you got drum, you got mandolin, violin. You got what?
I got a couple guitars, small body left-handed acoustic, and it's got the
Oh wow!
oh shit, it's got the see the hookup on it.
Oh, dope, man! Electric acoustic. I love those.
I haven't tried the electric on it yet.
Wow, and it's left-handed, man. I didn't know. Wow, so you're left-handed. Oh, that guitar is just.
I got another left-handed acoustic, an old one. It's a large body, and I haven't played it for a while. The bridge is came off on it, so I have to repair it.
Oh.
Let me give you a little. See if I can try this thing here.
Go for it.
So you can hear it squeak a little bit, eh?
A little bit, yeah, but keep going.
Squeaks on that one note.
Yeah, see the lower notes, they sounded like they got some good tone to it. That last.
See if I can get some harmonics going here.
Nah. But what when you blow into it, right? Just say you blow too forcefully, is that going to cause a squeak, or no?
Yeah, that's probably it. I get a little excited and blow too hard.
All right. I'm wondering, like you.
See, I'll try to play soft. Here, I'll try to play soft a little bit.
That's dope. That sounded good. Sounded pretty clear. It's pretty smooth.
That was Steely Dan, Any World That I'm Welcome To.
All right. No copyright infringement.
Want to hear the lyrics? It goes, if I had my way, I would move to another lifetime. I quit my job, ride the train through the misty nighttime.
Nice. I've heard of this guy, but I haven't heard much of his songs. Hey, he's a very famous artist, but like, I just never heard of his tracks.
Well, here's my my theory that Paul McCartney is not Paul McCartney.
What? How do you mean?
The guy who's calling himself Paul McCartney today is not Paul McCartney. The original Paul McCartney was replaced in 1966.
Oh, I've heard of something. Yeah, keep going. I'm intrigued. I've heard of this line before.
So I don't know if I'm the only person in the world who thinks this, but I think the original Paul McCartney went and hid in Steely Dan. because a lot of the lyrics are about that, like peg. Song called Peg. It means a peg in a hole.
Yeah.
That he's replacing him, like the wrong peg in the hole.
Wow, man. So when did Steely Dan come out though? Like in the 70s.
Yeah. Here's the thing, that from 1967 to 1971, the founders of Steely Dan were just in the studio. They were just doing stuff in the studio.
Okay.
And then Steely Dan came out with all in the early 70s or late 60s.
All right. So Steely Dan isn't an actual man. It's the name of the band.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It's supposed to be the Steely Dan is refers to in a novel. Some novel was some kind of a dildo called the Steely Dan.
Okay. It's not really my cup of tea, but hey.
Yeah, no, it's like their thing is like sarcasm and satire and stuff like that.
So what's the what is it? What are you gonna do for lunch? Are you vegetarian or you eat meat or don't mean to be picky, I'm just asking questions.
No problem. I quit meat about a year and a half ago. And first I quit meat, then I quit dairy, then I quit wheat and sugar. So I don't eat any wheat, sugar, meat, or dairy.
Wow, the wheat, man. I thought wheat was not. Sugar, I've realized is very bad for you, but so have you felt the good effects from
Oh yeah. Yeah, like before I was just in total pain all the time. My back, my knees, my shoulders. And now I have no inflammation. I don't have mucus.
Yeah.
It's great.
And obviously no pharmaceutical medication. Have you been on
No.
that? Did you have a history of taking those things? I mean, like at one stage, and then you realize, oh shit, this isn't working. It's making me feel like a drongo.
One time I hurt my back at work. This was more than 20 years ago. I hurt my back at work, and I went to the doctor, and the doctor gave me painkillers and muscle relaxers and told me to go back to work. Yeah. I didn't even fill the prescription. That's the last time I went to a doctor.
Oh, you told me that. True that.
So it's like the doctor works for the fucking compensation board or something.
Of course they do, yeah.
So hey, he's saying, yeah, you're injured. So here's some painkillers and muscle relaxers so you can go to work and hurt yourself and not feel it. You can hurt yourself more, right? So
yeah.
I could tell he was full of shit.
That's what they're about, they're like, I mean, some are, some not, majority are, though, like, they've got, they do the Hippocratic Oath, and then they've got all these companies,
yeah, do no harm,
saying, like, just, they give them incentives to push this new tablet which has come out, and even though they realize that that tablet's going to have a side effect, they've got a fucking tablet which is going to help that side effect, but it's just like
to get you into a just vicious circle of drugs counteracting each other.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty sad. I mean, I've even got I've said it before, but a friend of mine, he's like 3 years now, graduated from his doctor. He's working as a in the hospitals now, and he, he's into his herbs and his chiba, and like we get around, we talk, and he's like, man, he knows it's a whole heap of shit. Like he prefers to have a smoke, and he knows that all these things that they give them are just masking the problem for a certain amount of time. But then it also leads to side effects of some other ailment, and then or dysfunction, and that requires another tablet or some more observation and shit. So hey, he's just
Yeah,
like, it's pretty bullshit, but hey.
it's the old problem reaction solution.
Mm. But even in it's hard, like, I guess, like my mother come from like very hard background to get where they are. They worked very hard. They did the school. They did this. So she had a nursing background, and so it's pretty much in the medical industry and that thing. So whenever I bring up these sort of things, she's very much like, "Ooh, no," like she doesn't. She goes for like, because she's actually undergoing some loss of vision in one of her eyes, right? It's slowly depleting, and she's having to undergo these sort of injections and treatments to maintain the level of vision. And I'm always telling you, look, I don't want you to be doing this, blah 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 blah. But she always seems to fire back, and it's like, look, I know what's right for me, and this and that, other, because I can tell that that's just the way she's grown up. She had a
Yeah.
career in this shit, so it's a bit.
I can't even talk to anybody in my family or a lot of my old friends about this stuff. I guess they just think I'm absolutely crazy. But oh well. But yeah, hasn't killed me.
No, that's right. And it probably, and so even if it did, as long as you die happy, bro. Like, not even that. Not to say as long as you die happy, but I think that the stress and those sort of things is a fuck up. Like, even I saw yesterday, it was pretty sad. It was what was it on about? It was just like people that are suffering, right, in first world countries that. Oh, I can't remember what the actual thing was, but one fella was there. The homelessness the same, and one guy's there. His name was Mike, man, and it was like he was getting interviewed by this person. At least he had high spirits though, and he's like, "Oh, my fiance just died, in the house, in this house that we were living in, right?" Now that was it. He was like, he got interviewed as a homeless fella by this guy, and a year later he came to see him again, and he's like, "So how have you been, Mike, in the time?" And he's like, "Oh, back on the streets. I was housed for a while, but the problem that," and then he goes, "Well, what was the issue?" And the issue that his fiance died in there, so he could not live in there anymore. And then he went out, and then a day later, his brother died, and then I think about a week ago, and there's a few months had passed, and then a week prior to that, he'd been diagnosed with like some pancreatic cancer, which is in stage 4. It's spread too far. He's got like 6 months to live, and he's there going, "Look, you know, I mean, what can I do? I'm gonna be happy, be the best about it." And they said to him, "You could take treatment." He's like, "Nah, I'm not gonna live the next 6 months of my life, the last 6 months in pain, in chemo, and this." He just thought, "Look, I'm gonna do it. I'll just be me and serve my time." And who knows what's gonna happen at the end of that 6 months? He might make it a little longer.
So did he reject the chemo and he just wanted to live or
Yeah, well, that the question was, it was like he just got diagnosed a month ago, and the interviewer was like, do you have the option to go and get treatment and things? He's like, because he goes, "Oh, the doc said I got about 6 months to live," and he goes, then the guy said, "Can you get treatment?" He goes, "Look, I can, but I'm not going to spend the last 6 months of my life in pain, going through chemo, rah. He said he'd prefer to just leave it out. You know what I mean? Do what he can do. And I know not a lot. I know a couple of people like that too who have got some quite serious, you know, medical issues, but they seem to be happy going along good, man. And they do go along well, you know? And touch wood, but unfortunately there was a man who lived across the road from me. This is kind of weird information, it's all coming out, but he, cool fella, man. Like, I've been living out where I'm at for the past, say, 4 years, and he's across the road. He lives in government housing. He's an elderly man by himself, but I used to go over there and just, oh, well, like, not really go over there. I used to always say hello to him when I saw him in the street. He'd walk his dog, but one day he needed a bit of smoke, so I was like, yeah, no problem. Just go over, help him out. Helped him out a couple of times. And one day I went over again, and he was in there, and he showed me, because he said he's really sick. He's getting government pension for disability. Pulled up his shirt. He's got this tumor, which is the size of his, like, whole stomach, man. Like, literally the size of his 6-pack abdomen, and it's purple, like, just blood clot, and it's probably protruding out of his belly for about 20 centimeters or maybe 15 centimeters, and it was just huge thing. And then I said, how long have you had that? And he goes, oh, he's had it a while, and it's like pain. It's inoperable. They said he had like it's like 6 months to a year, but yeah, about a month ago he passed, which is quite sad. He was a cool guy. Just to bring that topic of how we've got cancer, and even those cancers thing, man. Like, they wiggle me out, because I think, where's it all come from? It's all from the food and the way we live. This radiation from TVs, microwaves, planes, phones. Because nobody was having cancer fucking in the 1900s, right? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, yeah, it's
it's
weird.
by design.
Yeah.
Like a lot of guys I work with, it's like they turn 60 and they die. It's weird. Like, well, the work I do is just, the dust is terrible, eh?
Yeah, that's the main part, eh? And I think that even that, like, shit, not to keep ranting and shit, but like, where I live, there's who was talking about? I think was it you? Yeah, you guys were talking. That's right. You're talking about the water that can cut on the stone, and that, like, lessens the dust and stuff, but it's still there, and it'll turn to mist, which could be more harmful. But there's like a place which is
Yeah.
just down the block from me. It's called Old Red Brick Co. And where their job is basically to demolish old red bricks and then bring them back to new. You know what I mean? Like, they must smash up old bricks and then put them in a furnace and then make new ones, or put them in a kiln, whatever
Yeah.
they fucking make bricks with. But in that, it's just the amount of dust that comes around this suburb. It's crazy. And like, I can, since saying that, even in the past few years I've been living here, I think I can feel some health thing. And I probably, like, in my mind, I'm thinking I've taken off like 5 years of my life because of this. Like, because if I blow my nose, it's like there's all this
Yeah.
dirt that comes out. If
Yeah.
you go look at your car, every day you're like, I mean, not every day I wash my car, but I rinse my car, and then every day is like fucking more dust, and it's just sitting there.
Yeah. Like, even if I if I try to stay clean at work, it doesn't matter. It's the dust you don't see that kills you.
Yeah,
Um,
very
like,
true.
I come off the job, and before I get into my car, I go like this, and it's just a huge cloud of dust that just comes off of my pants. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then yeah, on certain jobs where they're doing all kinds of other shit, they're soldering and welding and cutting concrete and everything, and then you breathe it all in, and even when the weekend comes, by Sunday I'm starting to feel better, like the dust is literally making me feel sick, and by Sunday I'm still blowing black shit out of my nose and don't even know where it came from.
Yeah. That's
So so yeah, you go back to work and you're not even fully recovered from the week before, so it accumulates and accumulates.
Yep. And where's the boss at? Where's the CEO of that company? Where's he digging a hole? He's never dug a hole in his fucking life.
Oh yeah, some of these the last guy I worked for, I used to work with them beside them. They're bricklayers like me, and they started out their own company. But still, like the guy starts out his own company, and then he gets his son in there, and his son's like one of the hardest workers. Like I'm talking about a specific example, but there's lots of examples of this. The guy's son is on the job, and he's like the hardest worker there, and he does all the shit work, and I'm thinking, man, I would never bring my child into this business.
Mm.
And say the guy's cutting bricks all day, and you can hear him wheezing, when he breathes.
Yeah.
And it's like his dad doesn't even give a shit about him, but I'm saying, hey, your breathing doesn't sound too good. You should wear a mask.
Yeah. But they probably pay no attention. That's all they know. That's all he's good. That's all he knows. He's like, yeah, man, whatever, G. He won't pay attention until he learns the hard way. What are you gonna do? I mean,
Yeah, I kind of worked like I was killing myself in the early years, because it was always like a competition every day at work. Like, guys go to work every day with the intention of beating the guy beside him. You know what I mean? You got, for example, two guys building a wall. One guy builds his corner up on one end, that I build my corner up on the other end, and then we fill in the middle. We stretch a line and fill in the bricks in the middle, right? So it's like every course of bricks is a competition. You're trying to beat the other guy to the middle of the wall, sort of thing. So that way the boss gets a lot. The production is high that way.
yeah. I'll probably jump. I'll probably like jump over. You want to jump back onto Huey's one? Let's see what's going down over there for a while.
Yeah, I'm still blocked from Huey's chat. I was asking him about it when I went on the panel, and he said he doesn't know about it. So I guess it was AI or something that me from his chat. Like I type stuff in and it just gets snatched out right away. It's been like that for a couple months, and Huey doesn't know what happened. I thought he blocked me. So I'm going along for a month thinking that Huey blocked me from his channel. And it wasn't him. It was the AI or something.
The message comes up but then goes away.
It doesn't even go in. It just flashes and then it's gone. Nobody else sees it.
Shit, I don't know. Maybe doing another account. Fuck, I don't know. Did you try today? I'm gonna try it now. Swap over. And then
No,
like,
it won't. You won't see my chat in there.
why? That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Just on his though, eh? Or what?
I think it's
I don't know.
the AI is programmed so people don't like the message is lost sort of thing. They don't want people figuring stuff out or agreeing on anything or spreading truth. Yeah.
They can agree on the fuck shit. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, even typing chat in on any channel, it'll get snatched out, and it's not perverted or racist or anything like that. It's just truth, and it'll get snatched out right away. I've seen that on many streams.
Yeah. That.
But yeah, if I put a whole bunch of fuck shit in there, then it'll go, right?
Yeah.
But Huey's channel is the only exception to that. I can't nothing I type goes into the chat.
That's weird. Alright, give it a go. I'm gonna jump in there for 5 or so. Try and I don't know. Obviously you did try, eh? But I don't know. I'm gonna see what they're chit chatting about before it finishes. Because if they're arguing, I'm gonna jump back off. Because it doesn't look like there's no arguments going on.
You want me to stay here?
Oh, you can if you want. Fucking, I was gonna jump back on if it's whack over there. I'll come back in like 5 minutes. Or so.
Here, maybe you can hear it from me here. Oh, there's root word.
I can't hear. He's a bit borgy, eh?
Yeah, it's not coming in too good. I only have
I just muted myself. Have a drinks break and I'll pop back over pretty soon, like 15 minutes.
maybe you can get on the panel there.
Yeah, I'll see how it goes, but I don't know. If they're talking, see what's going on. I just want to see what's going. But
Oh, there's
yeah.
Fat Vegan. I like Fat Vegan. Right. He's got some good stuff.
What's going on? Yeah, because this one's dying. All right. Fucking dopely dope, diggity dope. Have a good break. I'll talk to you pretty soon. Keep drumming, my brother. Keep drumming. And
maybe I'll get my my bass. I'll try to play Munsters on my bass.
Alright, practice those riffs. Do, 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 do. Everybody out there seeing this, hit the like, give Plant a like, a thumbs up, share him, get this info out. I'm gonna go chill up on the other side, see where we at. Peace, peace.